Derek O'Shea Show. Hope you guys are having a freaking fantastic.
2-1, and that's what's going on at the gutter. Woo! Screw your Peloton! Screw your Peloton! Screw your Peloton! Shane Lowry ain't right.
Welcome to the Derek O'Shea Show. I have a guest with me today. Oh my gosh, her name is K-Sok.
Well, yeah. K-Sock, Kristen. I'm half out the closet now, so you can just call me Kristen now.
Oh,
I don't
you're
have to
half
be
out the
fully
closet?
anonymous. I'm half. K-Sock.
What is that like?
Sock is part of my last name. It's quite refreshing. I had to be in the closet because I worked for, a company, and they didn't really like what I was doing, so I couldn't have my name out there. But I am a free bird now.
Oh, no. Oh, my gosh. Half out of the closet. You're like Dylan.
Yeah. Wait, what are people saying? What's gross? I'm so curious.
They're probably talking about the fact that it's an all-female broadcast tonight. Get over it, K-Bean.
Oh my gosh, where is your Bud Light?
I actually just got a keg. It's being delivered as we speak. I think I look pretty freaking good.
I'm digging the raspberry hair.
Thank you.
Whatever.
Thank you. By the way, what is a woman? Let's get that started because I'm confused. You're confused. We're all confused. We need to help.
If you have a vagina, you're a woman.
Okay, that's
I mean, let's get with that. We got the outer lips, the labia, So it's pretty simple for me.
It's new.
You want me to keep going with the anatomy parts? I mean, I can break it down.
That's all new for me. TBH.
Clitoris,
TBH.
All of that. That is some are inactive, so I hear. But if you have all of that, you're a woman. So
what does that make me?
I don't know. That's a great question.
Because all my friends say I'm a woman, therefore I feel like I'm a woman, but I'm not totally sure.
Yeah.
John says I'm a succubus. What's that? Pretty sure we only do Zima around here, but this new lady rules. Yeah, she does. Okay, so K-Sok Kristen is one of my oldest friends. She's always been like a fun friend to have on Instagram. And you guys should follow her stuff. Look it up. It's K-Sok Uncensored.
Yeah, and then Instagram, it's my original handle. It's ksock.lower48.
Yeah.
For a while, I was literally just lower 48. I was really incognito. I've peeled back layers as the years have gone on.
Hey, no, it's all good. It's all good. As long as you show your face, that's all I care about. I feel like that's... All right, let's get into some of the news, but I just want to say hello to everyone. Wes, what's up? K-Bean, what's up? John, what's good? Papa, I was once halfway out. Wait, what? I was once cool. I was once halfway out of the closet, but when I cleaned it, the other half, I can actually find stuff.
I'm going to have to massage my cheeks from laughing so much. I'm already there.
Don't do it. It's an all-girls podcast, guys. Get used to it. So I saw this... and I thought this was an interesting thing to share. It was from DeSantis today. What are your thoughts on DeSantis, by the way?
Oh, my goodness. I was all in for him. I was like, okay, I'm moving on from Trump. And now I'm feeling like there's some things that he's doing, and I can't articulate too much, but I'm feeling like he's not what we thought he was, where he lacks a little bit of boldness when it comes to certain topics, especially around Trump. But and I'm disappointed that when it's about Trump, but then he should be talking about not just Trump, it's the entire nation that is going to be impacted by these mistakes that are being made. So I think
how dare you talk about my dad like, okay, you know what? Not in my chat. Okay, not in my show. This is a family-friendly show. We're all about Disney here.
I'm sure.
Oh, what does that mean? Okay, it's just like we hate what DeSantis does. Obviously, we're sick of that crap. So we totally agree with you on that. But this is what DeSantis came out and said, which I think this is a very interesting. Republicans have developed a culture of losing in Florida. We have a culture of winning. In Florida, we have a culture of winning. Florida Governor Ron DeSantis delivered a rousing message during a speech in Michigan Thursday morning about an importance of Republicans getting rid of a culture of losing. He says the party has experienced in recent years.
He's not wrong.
Yeah.
I mean, but what he's not recognizing, there are other states that had a great midterm turnout, like Montana, for instance. Idaho did. So he's not thinking west of the Mississippi, clearly, but he's not wrong.
Yeah. So I think that's always like my biggest thing with DeSantis and like fighting with people, other. We don't know how DeSantis would do on the national stage as far as voting goes, but as far as Florida goes, he destroyed it.
Right.
He killed it in a purple state.
Right. No, he's strong, and he's done great things in Florida. And I was a campaign manager for a very strong 25-year state senator in Washington State. And that was an experience in itself. But what I witnessed being boots on ground for 7 months is that Republicans, local conservatives, they were lethargic. They just expected to win because it was a conservative district. And they didn't get out and vote. And there were undervotes. And so conservatives are losing their asses right now because they're not putting any work in. Yeah.
Well, I saw that when I lived in South Carolina, and we would have Lindsey Graham, where he wouldn't even campaign. He wouldn't even try. He would just, sorry, I don't know how we girls do this, but I gotta
rip it off.
I gotta just open it up a little bit because I have more hair now. Hello. Anyways, everyone knows I'm bald underneath. What was they saying? Oh, no. Republicans do have that vibe in like the southern districts, especially. I was used to that, where they would just like, they wouldn't give a crap to try. They wouldn't even try. They're just like, you're gonna vote for this? You're gonna vote for me? No shit.
Yeah.
I was just like,
exactly. Yeah, and that's that lethargic movement that, especially in conservative districts, where my candidate was running, everyone just expected them to win. But it's like, you have to actually do something. You have to actually knock some doors, and you have to make some phone calls, and you have to donate so they can get their name out there. So yeah, there's that, and it's national. Maybe not in Florida, but it's everywhere else.
God's country, as they say.
Yeah.
Wait, you were helping out somebody in Washington?
Yeah, so I live in Oregon. And
right, that's why I'm confused.
Southwest Washington it's literally like Newark, New Jersey, and New York City. I mean, it's 15 minutes to go over the Columbia River. And so I was helping. I'm part of the Clark County, which is Vancouver, Washington area. I grew up there, so I know a lot of people, and that movement is quite strong. And
okay.
So someone picked me up as their campaign manager, and they were a 25-year state senator, and he decided to run for a county councilor position. And that's the position because it didn't have an R or a D next to it. People were lethargic, and there were 4,200 undervotes, meaning they didn't vote for either candidate. And so what ended up happening is the Democrat, again, no one knew because it was a nonpartisan role, but they voted the Democrat in by 1,200 votes. And the 2 days into her role, she was sworn in, and within 2 days, she raised county taxes because she voted with the other two Dems. So they can suck it.
Yeah, seriously. Golly. Wait,
yeah.
that wasn't Joe Kent, was it?
Joe Kent is my homie. No, it wasn't Joe Kent. Don Benton is who I've been with. Joe Kent's my homie. Yeah, no, he lost by a very short margin as well.
Yeah, I was really honestly
same district.
Yeah, I was honestly depressed about him.
Yeah.
I mean, I always say, my like litmus test is if a candidate can go on a podcast without commercial breaks and like, buzzwords are like, you can't say this and you can't ask me this, and then they just have a normal conversation like, a human being, then I would vote for them. Like that's my bar. It's so low, as a female, that's all I look for.
Yeah. So. You have low. Well, yeah, like K Bean says over here, undervotes are the silent killer. They really are. So many people don't pay attention. Thanks, big boy. So many people don't pay attention to the local votes, or the local positions that don't have a partisan label next to them. People are so freaking lazy that they're like, just show me an R or a D and I'll vote along party lines. And so because my candidate, even though he was a long time 25-year state senator in that district, people were so freaking lazy that they didn't vote, and that killed us.
When I was voting in the last election, there was a guy that was next to me in a booth that went, So by the names, is there going to be an R or a D next to it? Because I want to make sure I'm voting for the right person. I was just like, you're an adult, man.
That I know. I was really pissed, and I went on a rant and put something out on my Instagram because I'm like, it took me about a month. We actually did an audit. We paid for an actual audit, which is freaking expensive. Just so you guys know, if you ever get pissed off at a candidate because the margin was really close, and you're like, audit it. That was like, we audited, oh my gosh, we had a hand count, and it cost like $30,000 to do a very minor. It was like a 10,000.
Oh my gosh.
It was $30,000. And we decided that was the right thing to do because the margin was so tiny, and because this was like a really devastating loss, because it was a very conservative district that ended up going with the Dem. So we paid for that hand count. But just so you guys know, if you're ever wondering why a candidate doesn't do that, it's because it's astronomically expensive.
Yeah, because you're paying off for all the lawyers, right?
Yeah, you're paying for your local auditor and everyone they hire.
Screw that.
And it's crazy.
Big boy, she's hot. Thank you. He's talking about me. Indeed, she's easy on the eyes. Thank you again.
That's true. I assumed it was me. I should never assume.
Right.
You have this gorgeous wig on.
They're talking a wig. This is part of who I am. Oh my gosh, I like this. My favorite comment of the night. I'm gonna be honest about. I don't know anything about politics, but I'm so high right now. I don't know how I got here.
Good for you. I have to tell you, I'm slightly jealous because pot has the opposite effect on me. I've smoked it a few times, and it made me like, you're supposed to be like just chill, right? I'm like bouncing off the walls.
Sounds fun.
Oh, I mean, I'm like, no, stupid. It was not. I just felt like, no,
not your thing. Stupid.
No, I'm like, I just want to chill. I don't want to be bouncing me off the ceiling.
Yeah, I think it's kind of like. Whatever your characteristics are, it heightens those. So if you're a little, let's do work. Oh, my hat almost came off.
Well, that makes sense then. And then one time I did an edible. I'm here in Oregon. It's legal just like it is there in Colorado. But I did an edible because I was like, you know what? I just want to chill. And I took a half of it. And I'm a little bit of a hypochondriac. So then I took it, and then I would turn my head, and it'd feel like it was going, woo, 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 woo. Like, it was crazy, and I hated it so much.
Yeah.
It feel crazy. So I'm like, no, gotta
don't do it.
Tequila.
Oh, amen. The Satan's piss, as they say. Okay, new topic. Here we go. I'm excited about this one. This is right up Portland, Oregon's direction. Okay. Here we go. I'm nervous. San Francisco horror. Witnesses ignored cries for help from dying Cash App creator Bob Lee, who was stabbed to death in in San Francisco in a nice neighborhood. And is this a product of our culture? Is this a product of policy? What do you think is the reason for uptick in crime in major cities?
Policy, absolutely. I have to say something here. People like to go, "Oh, it's a culture crisis." Well, policy, shitty policy. Pardon my French. I just went SH. Right?
You say it.
Are we 10 minutes in yet?
Yes.
So, shitty policy is going to cause what we're seeing today. So here in Portland, Oregon, we have DA Mike Schmidt, and actually, someone just paid $10,000 to have a big sign put up that says, Portland is a Schmidt show with
yes.
It's so great, and it really is, and it named off all the things, because what's happening when you have a city like Portland, Oregon, like San Francisco, that doesn't prosecute crime, New York City, Chicago, when you don't prosecute crimes, you are just telling people, do illegal things, we're not going to do shit.
Right.
And so keep doing it. We're not even going to slap your hand anymore. And so that's what happens. And so what we're witnessing is a complete lack of failure of leadership and complete crap policy that is emboldening these behaviors.
Yeah, that was like, I mean, that's so good. I think especially also with like cops and stuff, arresting the same felon or same person over and over again. I'm sure that's demoralizing. Also, we got to check our privilege, because who are we to like talk about safety? And we both live in gated communities, obviously, and our kids go to private school. And
at my dining room table.
Exactly. But so I always hear this from like every conservative podcaster under the sun. Get out of the cities. What is your thoughts on that?
Oh, goodness. Yeah, that frustrates me so much. I'll post something.
Say it, girl.
Why haven't you moved already? Like, it's my fault that all this stuff's happening. Like, we should flee our homes like little bitches. You know what I mean? Like, it's like anytime something, eventually red states, you and I both live in a blue state, but eventually red states are going to be purple and they're going to go blue because look at the youth that we have coming after us. Literally, it's not chasing after us, but literally
Gen
coming
Z.
next. Yes. And so that's what we're pumping out of these government schools, that mentality in colleges. And so that's what's next. And so you can run and flee your homes to a red state, but if you don't stand and fight against crappy policy, you just can't keep running. You can't keep running. And that's great for people that went and moved. Good for you. But that's not the way to handle it. You have to hit it head on.
Honestly, how the hell did you get this absolute dime on here, Derek? Internet tough guy. It's me, Derek. I'm wearing a wig. God, what an idiot. Anyways, I was like so refreshing to hear you say that because I feel like I'm the only one who's like, am I the only one that's willing to engage in the culture war, engage in the fight, make a difference in people's lives in the city? Like I work with a lot of inner city people and people that are like addicted to drugs and alcohol and stuff like that. So it's like, am I gonna? Yes, I could help that in some areas, but I can make a bigger difference in cities, and I'm willing. Because I'm not weak to put up with it. I don't know what to do with that. But I understand, if I had kids, it would probably be different. I'd just be like, I'm just going to get out of here and go to Daddy Santa's state.
Yeah. Who's doing the dishes, Derek?
My mother's doing the dishes. Mom.
Aww.
Everyone knows that.
Is she going to bring you a protein shake here soon?
I think she is going to bring me a protein.
Bring me some protein.
Bring the protein. Everyone knows that I live with my mom still in her basement. Look, the rent's free, okay? I didn't grow up. Failure to Launch is my movie. It's who I am. It's embarrassing. Mom, can you stop doing the dishes? So she's actually making me a margarita for the drink because it's girls' night. Okay, new video.
Mom meatloaf.
Mom meatloaf. Actually, she did make me. Actually, I made my mom dinner tonight, so you're welcome.
Generous. You're a giver.
Yeah, it's my love language. Acts of service. What's yours?
You know what? Mine is definitely words of affirmation.
Oh, okay. Well, you're doing a great job tonight. You're like killing it right now. Like this show has sucked, but before you came, thanks, Mom.
That really is what was going. And I know it's not your mom, but it was a tequila. Oh, how sweet.
Yeah.
I'm jealous.
Don't be jelly. Okay, so have you paid attention to what's going on in Tennessee at all? With the insurrection?
Yeah, I did see that. Tennessee, it makes me so much going on. Yes, but the gun control and other storms,
you don't have to.
Yes,
so I have like a couple of videos. Like here's the first insurrection video that we should watch. Very exciting. Remember, it's a solemn day in America. We will always remember this day as April 6th, actually, ironically, is today. Here we go. Here's a video. Let me just turn this up. Get it cranked. Let this fill your heart and soul with power.
I'm ready.
Fuck you, fascists!
No.
Fuck you, fascists!
This is a Christian institution.
Wow.
So this is what happened the insurrection day in Tennessee, and there's more to come. I'm not done yet. So Republicans banned a couple Democrats out of the session due to their rhetoric and the way that they handle themselves like children, which is, Democrats acting like children. Surprise, surprise. It's when you encourage this behavior nonstop. But here's what some of them had to say, and one got banned. Justin Jones. Mike Jones.
Gloria Johnson, look at you. It's a moment that we all watched with her hugging you. And she remarked about the idea that maybe it's the color of your skin, the reason why you're out and she's still in.
Oh my God, so
I see
true.
A lot of people who don't look like you.
Is that Jason Whitlock?
What was that moment like to have her reflect
Like,
maybe
what
on
is
the
that?
race being the reason why you're no longer in that house?
I mean, Representative Johnson, Sister Gloria has always stood with us and knows that we have been challenging systemic racism. We used to have a KKK statue in this Capitol. She stood with us when I was a
Which
community
the
organizer.
Democrats
So, I mean,
started.
you can't have the
Don't, no, ma'am. No, that's a lie. It's the,
Yeah, right.
the party switched after Lincoln or before Lincoln or whatever everyone thinks that it's supposed to be.
today, where my colleagues telling me that
Crazy.
I'm basically an uppity Negro, and that I didn't bow down, and I won't bow down because this is too important for the next generation. And so what they're doing today is simply demonstrating to the world that we don't have democracy in Tennessee, that this system, that there is a system of system.
First of all, shout out to my man over here in the full KFC outfit. So Kentucky
Yes.
Fried Chicken, or are we doing?
I was trying to figure out, is
Popeyes.
that white layers? We've got layer on layer. Hey, they're in the South, I guess. So I don't know.
Come on now,
Yeah, where's that seersucker?
exactly. Oh, and we're not done yet. It gets all crazy. Like this clip looks like it's straight out of like the 70s or something. Like I like had to fact check this, make sure this was today and not like something. I feel like this is Walter Cronkite type crap right here.
Oh my
I
gosh.
don't know how long this Saturday in the state of Tennessee might last. Oh, we have good news, folks.
Yes, sir.
We've got good news that Sunday always comes. Resurrection is a promise.
Preach.
And it is a prophecy.
Let's go.
It's a prophecy that came out of the cotton fields. It's a prophecy that came out of the lynching tree. It's a prophecy that still lives in each and every one of us in order to make the state of Tennessee the place that it ought to be in. So I've still got hope because I know we are still here and we
Yes.
will never quit.
Woo!
Wow.
Yeah.
Wait,
Amen.
so I'm confused here for a minute. Like, what is this prophecy? What are they talking about? Because, I mean, with everything happening in Tennessee, they're talking about gun control.
Yeah.
And how did this turn to a racial thing?
First of all, how
What
dare
am I
you?
watching? What
How-
am I watching?
How dare you ask
Pretty
how
sure
this turned
5
into?
out of the 6 victims were white.
I'm like, okay, first of all, how dare you? Everything is racial. You need to check your privilege. This is a DIE course, actually. Actually, your employee called me and was like, Kristen needs to have an education. And I'm here I'm here to help. Okay.
Glad you're here.
I don't know. So it kind of turned in. So the students started coming in and protesting, and then they started bounding in the doors, and they were very loud over top and stuff like that. And then the Republicans were like, "Shut up!" And then the Democrats were like, "Yeah." And some of them took like megaphones, the Democrats, and were like speaking over people and just being obnoxious. And then the Republicans are like. Republicans found out that they actually have balls at some point in their life, and then they found them. It was amazing. It was like, whoa, we have these things. We should use these. And they kicked them out, and now it's a racist thing because, well, they're black. Your thoughts?
Well, okay. Like Kay Bean said, 1 victim was black, and that's what 5 were white. So I'm just confused on how... I understand the Dems are pushing gun control and they salivate anytime there's a mass shooting. So like they're so excited when this happens.
Amen.
They will deny it to their death, but yes, now we can further push our narrative. So that happens. But now what I'm hearing from that clip is it's a racial thing and people are racist. I don't get it.
So,
I guess maybe that's because I'm a common sense person. I don't know.
No, it's because you're from Oregon. Okay. No, it's the common sense. You need to check that because that's a white privilege
check
idea.
Your common sense at the door.
That's a Western privilege idea.
Yeah.
Because actually, truth is based on how you feel, and it's like based on culture and background and certain groups and stuff like that. Anyways, so it's racist because they kicked out black representatives. And they didn't kick out black representatives. They kicked out Democrats who were black. But the media has decided to take it on because they let one female who's a Democrat who's white stay. And they're like, oh, okay. So you're just kicking out black people instead of just kicking out the people who are being obnoxious. Okay, and so here's another clip just to continue down the rabbit hole of everything that happened today. It's just so stupid. But, you know, I think it like honestly too, it kind of shows how we are as a culture in the temperament we are with politics today of like we're kicking people out, people are acting up, acting crazy. Now we're just going to like, what is it? Riots are the voice of the unheard. So now it's time to just act up as every single time you don't get your way. Okay, here's another vid.
People, especially children who march, children who are beaten by dogs, children who are beaten. If I gotta get expelled, I'll take that.
Why do you think that you and Justin Jones were expelled, but Gloria Johnson was not expelled?
See, there we go.
Ignore the racial dynamic of what happened today. Two young
Why do you think you look like that? What year is it?
black lawmakers get expelled and the one white woman does not. That's a statement in and of itself.
Yes.
But she'll be back. You plan to be back. We'll be back. I believe Memphis and Millington gonna send us back.
Look at that. Tennessee Republicans expel 2 black lawmakers for joining gun protests. Don't you like how they put that at the beginning? Just to get a rise out of you so you get that energy of like, oh,
Clickbait.
yeah, that confirmation bias really gets me going. Okay,
Yeah.
we'll just...
We're gonna keep fighting for our communities because the status quo is not working. It's hurting people. It's killing people. And they're treating things like this as normal. We can never normalize the ending of democracy. We can never normalize the tyranny of the way that these people in positions of power are operating due to white supremacy and due to the maintenance of patriarchy. That's what we're up against. But we are going to fight it because
White supremacy, drink.
we believe that there
This
is a
got me
future that we
annoyed.
can-
I'm taking my jacket off.
Oh,
now.
it's getting hot in here.
Oh my gosh.
It's better than the
Irritating.
president we currently have.
Honestly, it really is
can't.
pretty entertaining. I almost said entertaining.
Entertaining. I mean that in an irritable sense.
Yeah, that
I'm
like gives me
oh my gosh. I just
irritable bowel syndrome.
yeah, that's about it.
Yeah.
Pop the Tums.
What-
I was like just getting hot. Oh, it's so annoying. No, it's fine. That just shows you I get like this inner, I'm like very cool on the surface. Inside, I just want to rage and rip a phone book in half. But
Yeah. Wait, can you do that?
I've attempted it. No, I've never successfully done it.
Me
But
neither.
sometimes I think if I was mad enough, I probably could. I'm like, I could rip a phone book in half right now.
Yes.
I like to say it.
You weren't one of those like did you grow up like going to any like Christian strongman events?
No.
Okay.
No.
I went to some as a kid growing up with like Christian. I can tell if it was kind of homoerotic or not, but it was like
Oh my gosh.
dudes in bikinis like ripping phone books.
Seriously?
And my mom was like, "This is cool, right?"
No,
okay.
that's hilarious. Never heard of. It's funny because it was a Christian event, so like that's so confusing to me on where the church or religious element came in. But all right,
It was like trying to connect with the youth to show how like
okay, all right.
even Christians can be cool too. You just have to pray about it.
Or Derek K. Beats.
What? Thank you. Look, I have a lot of intergenerational trauma that I'm working through. But you're conservative. What are your thoughts on red flag laws? I'm seeing a lot of conservatives talk about it, and honestly, it makes me feel uneasy. But what are your thoughts?
Well, break one down for me specifically.
Like, I don't know, somebody goes to counseling because they're suicidal, so therefore there pops up on the radar of the cop station.
Oh,
of like
got it. Sorry, because it's like I know what you're talking about, but not 100% sure.
Yeah.
So now I just wanted to make sure. Okay, yes,
Totally.
because right now that's happening. Washington State, like I said, 20 minutes over the bridge, 15 minutes over the bridge from me. That is happening right now there, and so there's a lot of people, even people such as my mother, who's very conservative, but thinks that this makes sense, right? There's a lot of conservatives that like think that these make sense. The problem is it can be weaponized against you. And
Yes.
so if you have like a domestic violence situation or you flat out just don't like somebody, there are some vindictive people out there. You guys probably already realized that. But
Yes.
there's some vindictive biatches out there and men, and they will just say whatever they need to say to screw your life up. And so that's my concern with any of these red flag laws. I didn't know by that term, but yeah, you have to be very careful because it will be weaponized against people that are innocent and doing everything right.
Dude, amen. Like that's one of my, I heard like Ben Shapiro talking about it, like being for it in some degree for like transgender or something like that. And I'm just like, no, like
No.
so many people need help out there, and that you not giving men you're giving men a reason not to go seek help and just be alone in their thoughts and then make things worse. Freaking piss me off.
Think about veterans, for instance, right? So they're out and they're trained, they're serving our country, and they know how to use weapons, and then they come home and that's going to be stripped away from them, and that's supposed to help them? No, absolutely not. So, I mean, we have to be very sensitive to taking away rights. Yeah.
Honestly, even I have thought of that. Just being in like politics and stuff, and just like learning about red flag laws, and like, well, if I do need help, like, what if I go see a counselor for depression or anxiety because they have to put it down because insurance, unfortunately, forces you to put something down in order to be seen. You can't just say, I want to see somebody. And that's like, I hate that part about it, but that's just the reality of it. Right. And so all of a sudden, 10 years ago, I went to a counselor for depression. Oh, Derek shouldn't have a gun because he's unstable. I'm like, I'm fine.
Right.
It helped me in that time.
Right.
Would you rather me just like be in my own thoughts and just drawing?
Right. So that it does violate the Fourth Amendment, and yes, it would make the black market more prevalent. It's true, and that's something. I mean, I have, not to be heavy or anything on here, but my daughter has had 2 brain surgeries. She's perfectly fine now. But when she had epilepsy, and her brain surgeries cured her epilepsy. But that was a very, very stressful moment for me, and I went to talk to somebody about anxiety. And that would be really frustrating. We were able to work through it, and I'm great. But that was a time where I needed that. And to have that weaponized against me and against my constitutional rights, it's unacceptable. And we know that would happen.
Oh, 100%. 100%. And Papa, that triggers me. Okay? You don't say that. Don't be one of those people. Okay? They're not all the same. Okay? Some of them are pretty cool. Okay.
I missed something. All right, we can skip on along.
No, he said that's why I don't trust therapists. And
therapists. Yeah, there are some shiesty. If they cross their knees, if they cross their legs at the knee, it's a no-go. Right? You want to go for the ankle to the knee if they're dudes. Okay. Ankle to knee, you're usually pretty good.
Good.
Knee to knee. You're wondering what, something's getting crushed in there. Derek, you're just wondering. You're like analyzing yourself right now to see if you are a knee-to-knee leg crosser. Are you? Are you a knee-to-knee leg crosser?
I'm not. I can't. I can't do it. I'll just say that. Right. It's not comfortable. It's not advantageous.
That's why I'm concerned when I see men crossing knee to knee. I'm like, that's interesting. So I'll leave it there.
Yeah. Some of us make other choices. You know what I mean? Okay. Okay, now today as well, let's get into some of the press conference today. She is legit. Yeah, she's cool. Okay, guys, I'm cool too. Okay, it's just like, Derek, you trigger me all the time, you ginger. Okay, I have pink hair now. Get used to it.
Oh my gosh. He triggered me with that video. I had to take my jacket off. I got all worked up.
I know.
I'm like sweltering. I'm like, and I'm in my garage right now. My studio's in my garage. It's cold in here. God. It's cold in here. So that tells you, I get worked up over stuff.
Oh, how does it not like echo up in that biatch?
Oh, well, it's literally a, what is it? Like
sound
a 10
box?
by 8. Yeah. I have 10 by 8 sound box in my garage. It's all soundproofed in here.
You built that?
Well, okay. Technically, my dad and my husband did. Okay. It was my vision, and it took a frickin' year.
You did it. I'm sure it looks amazing.
I painted it. These are my faux bricks I painted, and I did all the soundproofing. But the structure was my dad and my husband.
Pretty cool.
Mainly my dad. A little more handy.
Oh, is he?
Yeah.
Yeah, what's the deal with the modern men? What's their deal?
Oh my goodness. You know what? I honestly, my dad grew up doing things with, he was a New York City boy, but he just had this desire to learn how to do things for himself. And my husband did not. So he's slowly learning how to do things like this. He would,
nice.
Oh man, he'd be so pissed if he could hear me right now.
Luckily,
he doesn't even do social media, so I'm good.
Okay. Yeah, tell him to contact me for counseling. Okay, so here is today's press conference with Peter Ducey and John Kirby. Hey, KB, and thanks so much. Kirsten,
Bye, thank you. You're awesome.
Please come back soon. Okay.
I'd love to.
Am I
Derek
chopped
has
liver?
to ditch the wig. You can't be a woman when I come back. I don't want competition.
Okay.
You know?
Do you want me to take it off? Is that what it is?
No, keep it on. I'm just
Okay.
saying. Next time, let's just one woman in the house would be nice.
Oh, amen,
You know?
sister. Okay. Well, I'm half out of the
Competing
closet,
with
like
my
you
waves.
said. Yeah. I thought about like this is my my like libtard wig.
I mean, it's legit. Yeah.
Excuse me. Isn't that good?
gosh.
Make sure to drop a like on the video if you guys are watching, and also on Rumble, drop a like and shout out hello.
Go find me on Rumble, you guys. No one follows me there.
Oh, Rumble's the best.
I'm a Rumble loser right now.
No. Do you live stream on Rumble?
My producer does.
Okay,
He
good.
does before me.
producer.
I'm like, I need to learn these things, but I know, but yeah, no. So
No.
I have like no followers there.
What's no followers? It's probably more than me.
No, I probably have like under 100.
Okay. Woo. Okay.
You're like, what's the number?
Tell me. I think Rumble is like awesome for live streaming, but sucks
Okay.
for uploads. Just so far
Yeah.
of what I've noticed.
Thanks,
K-Bean's
K-Bean.
the best. I love her.
It's you'll find KSOK uncensored. So like KSOK uncensored.
Yeah. But make
Appreciate ya.
make sure you
101,
guys still
baby.
watch my show, okay? Make sure you still watch me. I'm pretty
I'm
cool.
only 1 day a week. You're like 4. You're awesome.
Oh, well then you're on 1 day a week, and then you come on my show every single week from now on. Okay.
You'd get sick of me. You'd kick me off eventually.
What? No, honestly,
your
I get sick
energy
of
is,
myself.
like, really fun. You get sick of yourself. Why do you think I have guests on all the time? I'm
Oh,
like,
okay, that makes sense.
yeah. I'm like, come on, I can't do this by myself for an hour.
It's
half hour.
exhausting.
It is.
Dude,
It's a lot.
Like sometimes I go for an hour and a half, and I'm just like, I've been literally talking to myself, but I talk to everyone in the chat, so it makes up for it.
Oh my gosh. Do you
I
ever
have,
tell
like-
yourself to shut up when you listen to your playback? I'll be like, shut up to
Yeah.
myself. Like when I listen to the playback and I'm critiquing myself.
Yeah. Hey, Willie on Rumble, thanks so much for the $2. Rumble doesn't
Awesome.
come in with this chat, so you're not even
Oh, it
seeing the
does.
Rumble.
Oh, this isn't even Rumble?
No, it's
This
like
is YouTube.
yeah, it's just YouTube.
I'm on YouTube. Some people like me there.
Yeah. Thanks so much for the super chat, Willie. Okay, this happened today as well. Peter Ducey starts asking John Kirby about the Afghanistan withdrawal, and I don't know if you've seen the new report about like how much of a debacle it was. Like we didn't already know, and it's already
And
so.
I love the Deuce. He's awesome.
The Deuce.
I
He's
had
the
to
best.
stick that in. I had to say, the
He's
Deuce.
hot. Yeah,
Yeah.
he's
well,
hot.
I like his brain. I'll say that his brain is hot.
Whatever, I would smash him. All right, here we go. Here's Peter Deuce and John Kirby getting after it.
Thanks. John, who's going to get fired over this?
Get him, Deuce.
Peter, the purpose of the document that we're putting out today is to sort of collate the chief reviews and findings of the agencies that did after-action reviews. It's not the purpose of it is not
Right.
accountability. It's the purpose of it is
Military leaders.
purpose
giving
of it
advice.
is
Doesn't
to
sound like
study.
The purpose isn't accountability. That sounds
guy
like a
is-
government.
He is a weasel. Oh my goodness.
Oh, he's the worst.
Gross.
He's
Yes,
like-
grotesque. Yes, exactly. So grotesque.
I'm John Kirby. Okay, Peter. Okay, Peter. No. Okay, not in my neighborhood.
that the intel was bad. So how can President Biden ever trust when they come into the Oval Office with the PDB that anything in there is legit?
What I said was,
That intelligence is a mosaic. What if the mosaic, all the pieces are incorrect?
intelligence is hard business, and they get it right a lot too. There were some pieces here that weren't accurate, and we're being nothing but honest with you and the American people about what those inaccuracies were and how they shaped some of the decision making that was laid before the president and and the questions that he asked. This document and this effort isn't about accountability today. It's about understanding. And I would also add that as I said to Ed, the review process isn't over. This is
His
the next
testicles have
muscle
not
movement.
dropped yet.
in
I
what-
can hear it.
His what?
His testes are still tucked up there. They haven't dropped. Listen to that voice. Horrible.
It's a serious problem. Okay, the modern
Yeah.
man's sperm count is going down. Everyone knows
I've
that.
It will be a long process to better understand and comprehend and adjust to what we learned and what we did in Afghanistan.
But it doesn't seem like after the country has had a couple months to review this, and as the government has, people don't have an issue with the decision to order troops out of Afghanistan. It is with the way that this president ordered it done. There were children being killed. There were people hanging off of Air Force jets that were leaving. And you're saying that you guys are proud of the way that this mission was conducted?
It doesn't mean...
That's where it gets crazy.
Proud of the fact that we got more than 124,000 people safely out of Afghanistan? You bet. Proud of the fact that American troops were able to seize control of a defunct airport and get it operational in 48 hours? You bet. Proud of the fact that we now have about 100,000
Daddy's
Afghans,
getting upset.
our former allies and partners, living in this country and working towards citizenship? You bet. Does that mean that everything went perfect in that evacuation?
No.
Of course not.
No.
I've talked about it from a different podium. The after-action reviews are now being reviewed by members of Congress, which will lay out things that could have gone better. Nobody's saying that everything was perfect. But there was a lot that went right. And a lot of Afghans are now living better lives in this country and other countries around the world because of the sacrifices and the work of so many American government officials. So, there's a lot to be proud of.
Yeah. How dare you, Peter? What a crazy... Don't you love when Daddy...
Where did he come from? I'm like, this guy reminds me of
the
something.
pits of
Like
hell.
someone said... something old-timey music. Yeah, I'm like, I see his like jacket's like too big for him and everything, which is a real... I actually get really irritated when men wear a suit that doesn't fit, when it's like really big.
Yes,
that's really annoying. But anyways, yeah, he's just wearing this giant suit with shoulder pads. He's like, yeah, I don't know. It's so gross. So gross. They're nothing but honest. I mean, seriously, like crazy.
I can't. I'm with you. No, I'm seriously with you. Like, I love that he's like trying to make it seem like what they did in Afghanistan was perfect and okay. And like, don't critique us. Like what he said, don't hold us accountable for what we said or what we did. It's not an accountability thing. It's just a report. Okay.
Yikes.
Even though it was like, what? It was millions and millions of dollars of crap that we left there. And they're just like, whatever.
Do you ever wonder what the lady next to Ducey is thinking? Because she doesn't seem to have an expression. She's like just listening. She doesn't seem to have an expression one way or another. And I'm thinking, are they homies? Do they get assigned seats? I don't know how that works.
Yeah.
But I always look for her for something on her face, and I don't see it.
I always wonder too if like if one of them is like, hey, this is a question you should ask him.
Yeah, they feed him totally.
Yeah, like my network won't let me ask this, but I would love to know this answer.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sure that does happen. Absolutely.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Okay, wait. Proud of the fact that you left $85 billion worth of equipment behind an armed militia. Yes, over there. Yeah. Hey, no accountability. You need to just celebrate this moment. Don't you? I hate that about our government so much.
Yeah.
It's like if you look into something, that means you're racist.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Okay. And as always, K-Sock, if Kristen, if you wanna bow out, you're welcome to bow out. But
you want me to leave?
No, I want you to stay. I just sometimes
usually
I feel
when
bad.
people say that, you're like, hey, do you think you could just let me be like
no
show for the next 16 minutes?
No. I feel bad. I feel bad because like my show, like. I'm not like a normal podcast where I have like an end time.
Okay. Well, I had
an
hour slated, so.
Okay, perfect. Good to know. That's what I wanted to know. Okay.
Yeah, and I see we're at 44 minutes.
Yeah.
16 more.
Okay, perfect. Well, you're a woman, so this is perfect. Actually, I'm a woman too. Don't forget that.
Yeah.
So Nike now pays a trans woman to wear sports bras. Enough, ladies. Let the pushback begin. Callahan, Nike's decision to hire trans influencer Dylan Mulvaney to advertise sports bras. By the way, I just made my first Derek O'Shea leggings, and I will be launching those soon. And they are, and I'm not even kidding. I was like,
my gosh.
If the Daily Wire can do it, so can I. Nike's decision to hire trans influencer, blah, 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 blah. But what is your thoughts on the whole Dylan Mulvaney?
I mentioned
thing.
my mom earlier. She was just over and she's just so disgusted, mainly about Bud Light. That's actually really fun to watch people not purchase it now.
Yeah.
And I posted a few pictures today of Washington State, and I'm going to throw up. But Washington State and how people aren't buying Bud Light, and even Coors Light, because Coors is
Yeah.
local too. But this, my mom was like, I am specifically disgusted with Nike because my mom worked in the times where, she's 60, 65 now. She worked in the times where women were treated like crap in the office, right? And sexualized and all of that in the office setting. And she's like, we've come so far to have Nike. It's not even like, we were all like, oh my gosh, seriously, they're putting like a 400-pound woman in a sports bra and like, yoga pants. That's one thing, but now it's not even a woman. Like this is just a slap in the faces of all women. So they've gone too far, and I don't know if they're going to be able to recover from this.
I honestly feel the same way. But at the same time, it's like, are you willing to not purchase products even if they're like at reasonable prices?
Hell yeah.
Okay.
I have not worn Nike. I'll tell you guys, I have not worn Nike in over 10 years. Nice.
Same.
And I have a friend that baits me, and she'll be like, hey, I've got a Nike, those store coupons for employee discount, whatever.
Yeah.
And she knows that I don't wear Nike, but she likes to bait me. And I'm like, oh, okay, thanks. And I just don't even like going there with friends I've been friends with for like, 30 plus years.
Yeah.
But and then she'll get me to the point where I have to explain, I don't, support Nike. I don't support what they're about.
Right.
This has been 10 plus years because of sweatshops, right? Like I've
Same.
been on board, right? Like it's so funny that certain people are just now like, oh, and I have to say, I hope he's not watching right now, but one of my homies, amazing local patriot, speaks out against big government, yada, yada. Amazing. Wears Nikes to events. And I'm like, you got to ditch those. You really
Seriously.
do. You have to ditch those. So I'm right there with you. This is absolutely disgusting.
I also the same time I did like a journey of like sweatshops, I also did a journey of like food habits and food practices where I've only started buying from local farms just because I've like, once you go down the rabbit hole of like big food or whatever, like big farms and like everything that happens with that and how like they screw the farmers over and stuff like that. And I'm like, these are my people. So buy local food. All right, we're going to switch over from this to Rumble only. I'm going to put the link in the description for the Rumble only so we can get spicy as all get out, people. And I think I can do this. I've never done this on this one. So we're going to switch over. The link is in the description. If you're watching on YouTube, we're going to Rumble only so we can say all the naughty words you're not allowed to say about Fauci. and anything. Yeah, we're going to talk about trans issues a little bit because that's the hot button. So
quick, on the Carhartt, I have to tell Papa, I agree. No more Carhartt unless you see that they actually look like they've owned them for like 10 years or something.
Yes, Carhartt. Screw that. All right.